I gotta keep it real. I never thought something like this could happen to me. I never expected a situation to get this bad to the point where my uncle, which I trusted, he was kind of like a dad figure, if you will. I never expected someone like that not only steal over $60,000, but also take my house and then demand more money and then make threats, not only to me, but to my family. 2026 has been an extremely unique year for me. And I'm sure, I don't know if anyone's watching this, but I'm sure for a lot of you guys as well. So no, the title wasn't clickbait. It is a true story, and it's something that I'm actually still going through as of right now. So yeah, it is true. I had a family member in this situation, my uncle, who I'm not going to name for obvious reasons. But I had an uncle. Truth be told, I thought this was someone that I could trust with pretty much anything. This is someone who's in his 60s, who, is a pretty wealthy individual, if you will. Once again, family, wealthy. You would be like, well, why would he steal money from you? I mean, who are you even? Why would someone that is successful, has pretty much everything you could imagine, except, a good daughter, why would someone like that do that to their nephew, let alone a nephew that's been there to help him out when he's needed money? This is not the first time a 65-year-old, 70-year-old has asked me, a YN in his 20s, for money, which I'm sure hurt his ego, hurt his pride. Like, I'm 70, I'm close to dying. I gotta ask this guy in his 20s for money because no one else has money in this family. I wouldn't be surprised if it turns out that none of these people fucked with me. They were just there to get money out of me, which once again, I would have never expected this from an uncle and my closest uncle and someone that was extremely successful. Yet he has his stupid ass daughter, whispering in his ear, being like, yo, you should probably do this. This is the move. I know that I've been yapping for a minute now, but I'm giving you guys the lore, the context, if you will. This is someone, my uncle, who made bad business decisions. He was essentially broke. He didn't have a lot of money, to the point where once again he had to ask for $50, if not $65,000 from me. Once again, a YN, someone in their 20s. So here's how everything got started. He was having financial problems. This guy built multiple houses. Many years ago, he was like, I would want someone to watch this house, so why don't you and your family move in here? You don't have to pay any rent. You can just pay for the services, whatever you need, but you will not pay rent, right? It's not like I was homeless. It's not like we were homeless. Like we had a home, all right? But we were like, let's do it. Let's, you know how people are. Let's help out the family. Let's do this. Let's do that. So long story short, that house became where we lived for over 10 years, right? Once again, rent free. It was a mutual agreement. You just take care of the house, you pay the services, you make sure no one gets in, no one steals, yada yada yada, and in return you pay no rent. So it was a mutual agreement. And then in my personal life, I started becoming quite successful in my other businesses. So I was making good money, still am. We live there, we make our life there. Everything is good. Money starts coming in. And around a year or two ago, he starts having money issues because he got in trouble with the law. Now, I don't know how exactly or what happened to him for him to fuck his whole life up at 70 years old. But long story short, his daughter's a dumb thought. The wife is an NPC. And the US government starts investigating him. So my mom has the great idea to be like, well, you know what? Let's help him out. He's helped us out so much throughout the years. This is my mom talking, by the way. He has helped us out so many times throughout the last few years. He supported us. He's my brother. So let's help out now that we can. And I'm like, I don't even want to live there. That's not my dream house. But I'm thinking to myself, well, I could buy this house for my mom. And then I could just buy my own apartment in Japan, because at the time I was considering moving to Japan. Houses, apartments are a lot cheaper in Japan. It was a thought. I was thinking about that. I was thinking about, let's move to LA. But I'm always thinking about my mom. This is perfect, because in my head and in my mom's head, it was perfect, because we were like, well, we get to help him out. We get to, he needs money, and I'm in a position where I could help. And then my mom gets a house, right? Forever home, if you will. I mean, she's lived there for over 10 years. We've lived there. So it's like, well, it's mutual for everyone. He gets his money. He wanted 90, and we had an agreement of how we're going to pay and how long it was going to be. We signed off on it. We agree. I have proof. There's signatures. There's receipts. So, this fucker is not getting off this easily. I know that this story is all over the place, but it literally is all over the place. The whole situation is all over the fucking place. So we make a deal. I'm like, okay, I'll buy this house for $90K over a 3-year period, right? That was established. My uncle was there, his stupid ass wife was there, my mom was there, and I was there. So everyone agrees with it. Everything's good. Everything's good for the first year or so, making the payments. Here's X amount of dollars. Here's 5, here's 10, here's 3, here's 2. Everything's good. And you know that something is about to go wrong when everything in your life is good. You have money, your business is doing great, your family is good, you're healthy, your dogs are alive. You have 4 or 5 cars. You're buying your mom, 2025, 2026 car. Your whole family's taken care of. You're traveling to Japan once per year. You have money. You have investments. Everything's good, right? And once again, I go back to, that something's about to go fucking wrong when everything in your life is going great. I was a YN with money, success, cars, and everything. And of course, the 70-year-old would get jealous. This is so much tea, I might have to make a part 2. Anyways, I'm coming back from my November, December Japan trip. I was there for 5 to 6 weeks. Had a great time. I took my whole family with me, my mom, my sister, as I did the previous year, because I love my family. I love to give back to the people that have been there since I literally had $1. So yeah, I'm going to fucking take them to Japan as many times as I possibly can. You gotta keep this in mind because he's a fucking retard and he's like 70. He has no money. He's running out of money. His family fucking sucks. The whole family sucks. Well, not the whole family, but 80% of the family fucking sucks. And I regret ever going over or helping them in any way, shape, or form. Long story short, I'm coming back from my Japan trip. My uncle is still, fighting with the government and he might go to jail. So fingers crossed he goes to fucking jail and dies there. That's the ending that he deserves. I don't remember how the whole conversation started, but I believed he just called me up one day and was like, my mom was there, and he was just like, yeah, we love you, your family, we supported you, yada, yada, yada. All of this BS, just pretty much singing everything they've done for us, right? It's like, no one asked us to help. You could have said no. And I personally have never asked for his help. I never asked for money from him. Never. Why? Because I'm not a fucking loser. Like a lot of my other cousins are, who are like, yo, you're the most successful of this family. Could you help me out? I'm extremely proud to be semi-self-made, and I say semi because I couldn't do this without my family. I built my other business from 0 to making 6 figures, and that's not to flex. That's literally telling you that you can do anything you want in life if you really want to. There's so much lore. I might have to drop a part 2 so this video isn't like 40 minutes long, but I do believe, and I'm not the only one that feels like this, I do believe that this was someone that was jealous of the amount of success I got, and I'm not 80 years old. You know what I mean? Which I never expected. The most successful person in my family to be jealous of a 20-year-old. I would have never thought about that. When you go from nothing to having hundreds of thousands of dollars, people start to look at you different. They start treating you different. I remember once, I was living in Canada at the time, and I sent him, my mom, God bless my mom, but sometimes she's kind of an NPC. It was Father's Day, and my mom was like, you should wish him a happy Father's Day. So I'm like, number one, he's not even my dad, what the fuck? But I'm just like, okay, fine, I'll do it, whatever. And I said, hey, happy Father's Day, hope you're doing well. He didn't even say thank you. He just said, can you let me borrow $5 or was it 5 or I think it was like $10,000. He was like, hey, can you let me borrow $5 or $10,000? And I don't think I responded. I'm like, is this like a meme? Like, is this supposed to be funny? I don't know. I found that so weird, and I even told my mom, and we were just like joking about it, because we were just like, it's funny. Keep this in mind, this guy is, or was, I don't know, he was pretty successful. He lived in the nicest area. He drove, Lexuses and Porsches, and you know what kind of person I'm talking about. So for them to be asking me, it's just like, what? So going back to the phone call, he's, saying all the stuff that he's done for us. And we're just like, what the fuck is he about to say? And then he says, yeah, I don't want to do the deal anymore. And you guys will have to pay us immediately. And you guys also have to start paying rent. Oh, and you guys got to leave as well. And then he started saying a lot of offensive stuff. Now, he did a lot of other shitty stuff to my sister and to my mom. And then his stupid ass fucking daughter got involved. And this person is the biggest flop of all time. This is not a dig at single moms in any way, shape, or form. I respect them because there's hardworking single moms that do care for their children. And I'm going to say this right now. This person does not care for their kid. As a matter of fact, they wanted the kid to be aborted. They don't treat them very well. I mean, there's a reason why CPS visited them, and I wouldn't be surprised if they get visited again soon. So this person has also been arrested. So, her criminal record is online. I've seen it firsthand. It's actually quite funny. The family that everyone thinks in our family, not only mine, but, my other cousins and shit. It's so funny that the family that everyone thinks is the best financially and, together, or they're close or whatever the fuck, they're the worst. They're the brokest. They just pretend to be rich, and they're all disconnected. Like, the whole family fucking sucks. Well, not the whole family, but you know what I mean. So anyways, then my uncle's stupid ass fat daughter jumps in and makes threats to my sister. There's still so much that I'm missing. I don't know if this video is gonna get any views. I don't care if anyone's going to watch this, or I don't even know if I'm gonna put this out, but it's something that I've been wanting to get off my chest for a long time. This whole channel will be my therapy, and if you thought this story was heating up and it was getting caliente and it was getting spicy, wait until I might drop a part 2 on this. We'll see how I feel, if I want to get into what's going on as of literally right now. But yeah, I mean, that is part 1, if you will, of my uncle stealing over $60,000. And side note, since that house was going to be mine and I was going to buy it, I mean, literally it was going to happen, all right? I started building a second house because it's a pretty big property. So we have the main house, and then there was going to be another house. So I started building, money being poured into it, designs, and it was going great. It's probably 50 to 60% completed. Then again, we got the phone call. He's like, yeah, I don't want to do this anymore. He was just like, yeah, I want the house back, and you got to go, and you got to pay us rent, and when I'll give you your money, I don't know. And he also started threatening me with, every single day that you don't respond to me, I'm going to take away from what you've given me. Because at this point, as of right now, I gave him $60,000, but you gotta add the cost that I put in, the investment I put in, by not only buying the house, but also building a second house. So the main house was going to be for my mom, my dad, my sister, and then I was going to have my own separate house. So, and that cost money. And my mom asked him, well, are you going to give the money back? And are you also going to give back the money that has invested in this house? I did invest money into the main house because, once again, it was going to be mine. His response was no. Why did he start building in something that isn't his? I have the documents though, bro. Which is absolutely fucking disgusting. How could you say that when you were like, yeah, this is your house. You're doing the payments. You've given me over $60,000. God knows how much you've invested into this. And now he's like, nah, we're not doing that. I don't know when you're going to see your money, and you're not getting the money back that you invested into the property. So, and you got to pay us rent, and you got to go. And then he also started making threats that he was going to send people over and change the lock. What a sad way to go out. So, moral of the story, and this is something that I wish I would have known sooner: do not mix business with family. I never thought it would happen to me. I never thought I would be betrayed by my uncle and have $50,000-$60,000 stolen from me. I guess we'll see how shit goes in 6 months, maybe a year. I have the time. You don't. You're close to dying. I have so much more time than you. So if this drags out for 10 years, I got the time. I'll be in my 30s by then. You'll probably be in the grave. So if you want to drag this out, we could. Learn from my mistakes. It is the biggest mistake of my life. It is something I wish I could take back, because it's something that's been there over the last 6 to 7 months. Ever since November 2025, it all started going downhill. Sorry, December 2025. December to January were fucking horrible months. If you're gonna buy a house from a family member or a car, or if you're gonna make businesses with them, please have a contract. I don't care if it's written on a fucking napkin or a piece of paper that has fucking Taki sauce all over it. Make a contract, because you never know when they're going to switch up. Never thought it would happen to me. But it could be worse. It's like Ye says, a lot of pain, a lot of hurt, but still could have been worse. And the past is the past. The best gift we have now is a present. So we're going to move forward. We're going to keep pushing. I've been through so much in my life. This is just another shitty situation that I gotta, keep pushing and moving forward. So yeah, that's my story. That's part 1 of how my uncle stole $60,000 from me and sold my house. So if this gets any views. I don't know. I'm just gonna put it out there. Let's see how it goes. Maybe I'll drop a part 2. I have a lot more stories, guys. So if you like this, subscribe, drop a like. I think this channel is just going to be me talking and saying whatever the fuck I want. So yeah, if you're into that, subscribe. Anyways, I'm out. Bye.